Why the topic? Why the topic? Well, basically, we've had some challenges in life. We've seen over the last few years that there's been things like bookshelves and lots of encyclopedias and things, and that industry came in with a response, which is you don't buy encyclopedias anymore, you get them all on the DVD. Street directories. This one I picked because in New South Wales they call Gregory's. Up here I think they're referendexes. Again, an industry where everyone used to have a street directory, but these days they've responded and you have things like TomToms and GPSs. So a total change of industry there. What have we got here? We design roads and infrastructure and things like that, and what has our response been? 8,000 paper drawings. So basically that is where our industry is. And it's been stuck there, I think, for probably about 100 and something years. And I think most of what's on your drawings is probably about that old as well. So anyone think, and basically say, well, maybe there's something we should be doing there which is electronic for infrastructure. And a lot of people have thought about this, and so far to date, the response that I've seen mainly, brilliant. Let's scan those 8,000 plots and give them to someone on DVD. That's been the answer to giving something electronic for infrastructure. Well, basically, that should have gone out with the Dark Ages, and what we'll be looking at now, and a lot of this talk's been focused on, totally eliminating plotting. We're not here to talk about, as one person said, I can't do my drafting in 12D until you have less mouse clicks and things. The whole idea is to eliminate drafting everywhere. It's held up. That's where most of the waste of time has been for the last, ever since CAD was introduced. We've gone absolutely nowhere. That is the big bottleneck that we need to get rid of. So hopefully over the next few days we'll start seeing how people will start to totally eliminate drafting. This is not a simple thing to do, but we have to start talking about it, and people have to start thinking about it, about how it's going to happen, and over this next decade it will, and you'll all be involved in this revolution that's happening. Lots of issues, signing of things. How do we sign things? All this sort of thing. There's legislation. A lot of things that governments and that have to change for us. But it's happening now. People aren't signing anymore on their credit cards. People have PINs. New Zealand, the cadastral for surveyors no longer putting anything except electronic, all their measurements and things, and have a key system to put it in. No paper is done there at all in New Zealand for any cadastral work. And you would have thought your block of land is the most expensive thing you have. That is all totally electronic in New Zealand. They're the sorts of things we should be moving towards, and it's going to be here in this industry that will be the first to change. So that's why we're saying banishing the drafting demon. We're not talking about doing drafting faster and that. We're looking at areas where you will not have any drafting at all. That's the biggest productivity boost that you will have seen probably in the last 50 years in our industry. So that is why we have this topic. It follows on for our first two conferences. One was Closing the Circle, where we spoke about having data go right around for all the facets, all the stages of projects, all from one to the other. Last time we were talking about obtaining electronic model, which is the key to all this, is actually having electronic model we can pass around, a civil electronic model. And this time we'll try and push part of the trilogy of actually trying to eliminate drafting totally. Now I know you all say this is going to be very hard. It is, but it is the thing we all will be challenged, and we'll be doing it over the next decade. So that's why we've called it. We'll probably talk a bit about later on, but more importantly, we want to get rid of all those 8,000 plots and totally get rid of it. And that's the theme, Banishing the Drafting Demon.